Hey, how y'all doing today?
Hey.
Good, it's good. Y'all looking good out here. Thank you for coming. And I'm your host, Bridget C. And welcome to I Like Your Vibe Dating Talk Show. Well, hello to all the lovers of love out there. We're a show based out of Birmingham, Alabama. And all our guests are real people who come to talk about real topics. And today's topic, how to make relationships easy. Everybody always talks about, oh, dating is hard, oh, relationships are hard. So we have some guests today that's ready to talk and explain how they feel you can make dating and relationships easier. But first, we have a songstress coming to the stage, and this girl, she could sing. Monique from Ensley, Alabama.
Working on us while you working on you. You're thinking about yourself, but you hurting me too. I'm all alone with you. I don't know what to do. 12 a.m. and I'm calling your phone, thinking about you, cause I'm at home all alone. You say you in your zone. I don't have time for that. You can either mess with me or you can mess with that. You give me selfish vibes to myself vibes. Sometimes I need some time to be in my divine and get my stars aligned. Cause I don't have the time, but somehow it feels like I'm wasting my time. Happiness starts with your heart. How can I get the key if you locked it in the vault? Every argument you always tell me it's my fault. My feelings too involved. You don't know how you make me feel. You don't know how you make me feel. Oh, baby, you take me like a pill. Sometimes, I don't know why it's just so hard for me to feel your love. Your love keep me protected, it's a shield. But tell me why I always find out the hard way how I supposed to feel. Baby, just fall back. And don't call this phone no more. The line got disconnected. My feelings not attached no more. I sent them walking out through the door. Said you wanna be down for the cause. Said you wanna get your feelings really deep involved. Well, baby, you here now, so I can. I'ma make that call. Yeah. You got my mind gone, got me feeling like I'm living in a different time zone. I wanna be free with you, never wanna lie or deceive you. Always wanna be with you, but it's 12 a.m. It's 12 a.m. And you got me feeling all alone. I gave you an ultimatum, but you can go Tuesday. You got my mind go. Baby, I ain't coming home no more, no. I set them feelings out through the door. Said you wanna be there for the cause. And you wanna get your feelings really deep involved. Get them really deep involved. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Monique, y'all give it up for Monique again. She did great. This girl could blow. How you doing, Monique?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. You did awesome. You sound so good.
Thank you.
You're very talented.
Thank you.
Okay, so let the people know, how long have you been singing?
Oh, well, I actually been singing since I really came out the womb.
Really?
My family used to get so mad at me. I used to just sing. Every time I talk to them, I just sing. They get so mad. I can't have a regular conversation without singing a word.
Okay, so when did you start? Do you write your own music?
Yes.
Okay, when did you start writing your own music?
I'll say I just took it serious this year, but I've been writing for a long time, like 3 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you have an album?
I'm actually going to have an album release on August 26th this Saturday. Woo!
Okay, Tell us about it so the people can come.
Okay, well, it's going to be at an event center on August 26th, and I am cooking, of course. I cook as well.
You a chef?
Yes, I'm a chef.
What you
Love
make?
food, soul food, salads, tacos, anything you want.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay, so about your album release party.
Yes.
What time is it? How can
It will actually start at 7 o'clock. And then it'll end at 10:30.
Is it free to get in, or they have to pay?
No, it's a $10 entry fee, but if you would like to eat and have drinks, it's $25 for the VIP experience. Okay,
and can you tell the public and our audience members how can they reach you and get in
Yes,
contact
you can
with
reach me on Facebook, Monique Latisa Hauser, or you can reach me on Instagram, Monique Duh, with 2 H's.
Okay, everybody give it up again for Monique. Thank you, Monique. Yay.
Feel like it's important. I think communication is the most important part, and being transparent with each other, regardless of the good, the bad, and the ugly. As far as the dating goes, I think the thing that scares everyone is the big V word, vulnerability.
And our next guest coming to the stage, he's a very opinionated person, and he stands firm on what he believes. Coming to the stage from Pleasant Grove, Birmingham, Alabama, Justin. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Awesome. Hello, everybody.
How you doing today, Justin?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I can't complain. It's good to be home.
You ready to talk?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Justin, we know you're very opinionated.
Very.
Very. And you stand firm on what you believe.
Exactly.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so today the topic is, how can we make dating easier? Because everybody's always complaining, oh, dating is so hard, and oh, relationships are so hard. So what are some ways do you think that it can be made easier?
From the outset, you've got to be honest with yourself about your motivation and your inspiration for trying to be with a person. So for some of us, we're simply motivated by the way that a person looks. You have to be honest with yourself and know that the way that a person looks is based in sexual attraction. So if you want to simply deal with a person sexually, you have to be honest about that. One of the problems is, though, people are afraid that if they say something, I'm sexually attracted to you, but your personality sucks. Now I can't have sex with you anymore. But there has to be a risk that you're willing to take.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, they
a
don't
lot of people aren't willing.
that.
But at the same time, on the other side, if you're seeking to be in a relationship where you're protected, you're provided for, and all of these other things, you have to be honest about that. When these two things come together, people have to be honest about the give and take that they're willing to accept or that they're willing to allow. And a lot of people aren't necessarily open about these things. Okay. I'm far be it from me to behave like a psychologist. Not that I'm necessarily a psychologist, but at 37 years old, I've been watching people for a very long time, and it's simple to see that people are just very much dishonest about motivation and inspiration.
Why do you think a lot of people don't want to be honest?
Like I said, people feel like if they're honest, they're not going to get what it is that they want. But you have to treat the dating process like an interview process. And I got this from a psychiatrist who has a YouTube channel, PsychX. Shouts out to Dr. Ryan Terabin. But you have to treat it like a interviewing process. So let's just say you're single. You have a position open. The position is girlfriend or boyfriend, correct? Yes. All right. Now, let's just say you and I are on the date, okay? And I'm telling you, Bridget, this is the position that I have available. It pays $28 an hour. You get 14 days of vacation, and I'm willing to pay your benefits up to 60%, right? Now, let's just say you're feeling desperate, and you jump on that offer, right?
I'm going to just be like, even though I really don't like it, I'm going to just be like, okay, because I just want somebody.
That $28 an hour ain't bad, y'all. I'm saying relax. Relax. But I'm saying, but at the same time, that's not a bad deal. But I understand, right? Yeah. So, but then again, you're feeling desperate, and you've jumped onto this opportunity. But when in reality, you just might qualify for a job that pays you $32 an hour, covers all of your benefits. You get up to 28 days, which is nearly a month. 28 days, so that's 4 total weeks of vacation time. On top of all of that, I'm going to make sure that your housing gets paid for, and on top of that, I'm going to pay you a per diem for food. But see, you've jumped on this other opportunity, and now here you go, finding yourself, entertained by another opportunity. So when I'm saying treat the dating process like the hiring process or like an interviewing process, you're gonna like if you got other interviews lined up, you're gonna want to hear what other people are talking about.
So basically, you're saying people are just settling.
I'm not necessarily saying that people are settling, but what I am saying is that sometimes people are applying for jobs that they're not qualified for.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's
people
true.
sometimes people are hiring people that are overqualified for the job and not recognizing that these people are purposefully here on a temporary basis.
Okay.
Okay. So and there's a reason that I'm speaking like this because it's a
Okay.
we can all understand this. Sometimes I think that people are try to be too scientific with this shit. You know, but it's really you really don't have to treat it like that. This is the position that I have open. I see that you're overqualified. In the event that something comes along, because I mean, brothers, I want to look in the camera. Brothers, there are always going to be recruiters trying to get with your girl and trying to employ her at their place of employment.
Yes.
You have always got to present your job as a job that she does not want to lose. I'm just gonna leave it and let you sit with that, okay? But the issue is, like just on that. I'm not necessarily saying that a lot of people settle, but a lot of people behave in a desperate way as though that they don't have other possible opportunities. And a lot of people treat it in a way that, okay, I like him or I like her, I can't see anybody else, and then they get out there and shit get all fucked up because they fired the gun too early on in the process.
Close your options up.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, but that leads to a whole bunch of other things that I'm sure we're gonna talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other advice, lasting advice that you have for the people in the audience?
Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, you always want to try to present yourself as the best possible option for the people that you wish to attract. Understand that sometimes people that are attracted to you are attracted to you for certain reasons. Behave in their capacity. Don't try to do more. Don't try to do less. If you're a friend zone nigga, you just a friend zone nigga. Accept it. If you're a jump off chick, you just a jump off chick. Accept it. Some part of that is your fault because you're dealing with people who don't necessarily see you that way, and you're ignoring other people that see you in that way. And I'm just saying, fuck with who fuck with you in the way that you want to be fucked with like that. But having said that, just in the event that you lose a job or somebody leaves your job, and you still want to deal with them, be honest with yourself. Say, well, the position is always available. If you ever want to come back, you need a little extra money in your pocket. I think we know what money is in place of here. We got kids available. You know what I'm saying? You know that's money. Well, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, Justin. So, do you want to tell the people how they can contact you?
You can reach me at Justin Lewis Howard Wood on Facebook. That's JESSTIN Wood, or Black Power on Instagram, BLAKKKPOWER. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I got some other handles, but those handles will lead you to everything else.
Okay, well, thank you, Justin. You
No
did
problem.
a great job.
Oh, thank you,
Everybody
thank you,
give
thank y'all.
Justin a hand.
Thank y'all,
Look,
thank
he
y'all.
kept it very honest.
Yeah.
Be patient. If you wanna date me, I'll be patient. I said I'm patient. I'm patient with you. Tell me.
We're so excited to have our next guest. They're in a movie that's coming out in a few weeks on Tubi. The name of the movie is Ho Week. We have Cleveland Moore the fourth from Birmingham / Ansley, Alabama.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. West Side. Hey, she know. She know.
Okay. And Cleveland, he's an actor / creative.
That's right.
Also, we have Larry Merchant. He's from Birmingham, West End, Alabama. Okay.
These mics ain't orange and blue for no reason. I requested that
Look,
purposely.
okay. Look, got a lot of West Side people in the house today.
Already.
Okay. And Larry, he's an actor / comedian. Welcome to the stage, y'all. Welcome to I Like Your Vibe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Look, we happy to have y'all.
Thank you for being
Okay.
here.
So tell us about the movie Whole Week. I know it's created by Taisha Brown. Is it executive produced by Taisha Brown and Deshana Captain. So tell us about the movie and, where we can see it.
You want to take this one first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it first. So it's a romantic comedy. It basically, let me see how I can say it without giving away too much. It's basically about a woman who wants she wants a kid and a husband within a certain amount of time, and her fiance he just ain't acting right.
Okay.
I'm gonna that's putting it mildly. He ain't acting right.
You got anything to say about it?
Yeah. Hey, so first of all, man, I can't wait for y'all to see it for one. Y'all gotta see it. We can juice it up, we can gas it as much, but this movie, I think once you guys see it, like it's something everybody. Every woman out here has probably been on a date with somebody cheat, slick talker.
You done been on a date with one of these guys in this
So
movie.
it's relatable.
It's a
Yeah.
romantic comedy. And,
Okay, so y'all tell us about y'all roles.
So I play Jason. You're gonna see me as the first date that the main goes on in the movie. I don't want to reveal what his issue is. Just about every guy in this movie has some type of issue. But I say a lot of women in Birmingham have met my character. I'll put it like that. Not in a good way. Not in a good way.
Ooh, okay, so we gonna be throwing stuff at the TV looking at Jason.
Somebody gonna get triggered. Like,
Oh Lord, Jesus. Okay.
just like Steven.
What about you?
all right, so my character is Jordan. All right, so I give y'all a little bit about him. He ain't gonna tell you about him. I'll tell you about me. A lot of y'all women ran into me. You think you gonna tear your TV up with him? I'm telling you right now.
Okay, we come to bust wonder, style ties, show up at your mama house, church.
Nah, I'm clean though. I'm about my business. Jordan is about his business. He's clean, knows everything to say. He may come off a little bit broke, but people don't understand he's just frugal. I fit in with any kind of, six-figure business, however you want to put it. Like, I could blend in anywhere. But all money in, and I'm going to just leave it like that. All money in,
Okay.
even on dates.
Never trust a man in a corduroy jacket. That's what
Lord,
you'll know it when you see it.
So are you all like your characters?
Oh no, I'm nothing like my character at
Not
all.
like your characters.
One characteristic, and I'm proud of it. I'm frugal.
Okay.
Can't have nothing if you're spending it all.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so today's topic. Today we're talking about how can we make dating easier? Because so many people say, oh, dating is hard. So, do y'all have any opinions or ideas for the people, ways they can make dating easier?
I'll let you go first this time. Because I got a lot.
Extra frugal guy. All right, but yeah, I feel like it's important. I think communication is the most important part. And being transparent with each other, regardless of the good, the bad, and the ugly. As far as the dating goes, I think the thing that scares everyone is the big V word, vulnerability. It's kind of hard for the man to be vulnerable to the woman if he feels like nothing he does is good enough. It's kind of hard for that woman to be vulnerable to that man and be submissive to that man if he's not providing that type of, I'm not going to say lifestyle, but not providing that type of energy and aura to her for her to let her guard down and take her cape off. So I feel like being completely transparent and not only just having FWBs and cut buddies, but an actual helpmate, because times get hard. We go through enough outside these four walls every day. So to come home to somebody that can share that same struggle with you, that same pain with you, somebody that's relatable, with no judgments.
So basically you're saying just be open.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's the key.
Now what you got to say?
Okay. So I'm going to look at the camera
You
so y'all
moving
know
in your
I'm
seat
serious.
over there.
I'm straighten myself. Men, stop bringing up sex so damn early. Like, you should not be talking about baseball with a woman on a dating site, and then all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, you asking how big her titties is. Stop doing that. Like, that's too much. It's too much.
Okay.
And learn how to take rejection. Just move on to the next one.
Why
You
do
gotta
you
be
think
mad.
men don't like rejection?
Nobody likes rejection, but some people deal with it better than others. I think a lot of guys these days aren't getting taught by whoever taught them how to talk to women. Not every woman gonna like you. Just move on to the next one. Okay. Nobody on this planet is liked by everybody. Right. Nobody is viewed as sexy by everybody. Yeah. So just move on to the next one. Ain't nothing you can do about it. If she like guys that's 6'7" and they can reach stuff on the top of the shelf at Walmart without having to ask for a stool or something, and you gotta have somebody pick you up, that's fine. Just find you somebody that don't mind.
It's somebody out there for everybody. Just move on
Right.
peacefully.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you all have any lasting advice for the public?
I think true love will find itself, if that makes sense. Like, I believe in energy. I believe in perfect alignment. So if the energy is off, anything you got to force isn't meant for you, you know? So, and as far as your question before I passed it over about why men have a problem with rejection, and I speak from the men's point of view, so ladies, don't bite my head off, right? So every man wants to feel needed in some kind of way. And until that man reaches his mental peak, like of maturation, I'm sorry, y'all. He might not receive it as well until he becomes a certain mature age to where it's like, okay, well, she don't want to deal with me. And as you said, oh, it's somebody for everybody. There's other fish in the sea, so just be safe out there when you're fishing, man. And just because you catch it don't mean you keep it. Throw it back if it ain't for you. You know what I mean?
So mine is gonna be for both sides. Learn the person that you with just as much as you want them to learn you. It can't all be on one side. So
That's a good thing.
And both parties got to be willing to learn.
You know, a lot of people be stuck in their ways and don't want to learn.
And that's that's the sprat you got to throw back.
Yes. Okay. So last thing, can you tell the people how to watch the movie? Where can they go download it at, or can they go to the movie theater and watch it? What app do they need to get?
So we know it's gonna be on Tubi and Amazon Prime. I don't use Tubi that often, I'm gonna be honest. But if you have can you put Tubi on repeat? Put it on repeat.
Please.
And just play it
And
when you go to work. Like women, play it as much as you play love and basketball. Just play it around that many times. It's like billions of times.
Some people have that on repeat.
And
But
whole
once
week will
you-
be on
once you-
repeat. Trust me.
Yeah,
Trust me.
and once you watch it, you're gonna wanna watch it on repeat.
Tell your family and your friends about it.
Yeah,
You tell
please,
me.
please.
Okay. So can you tell the public how they can reach you all?
So I actually have two Instagrams. The first Instagram, I'm not joking when I tell you. The first Instagram is our big merch. I'm working on, that's the stage name I'm working on. We workshopping that. The second one is my podcast page. It's the Church of Foolishness, and podcasts of the same name. You can see it, or you can listen to it on anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
And for me, my social media handles are my name. I want to solidify my name, so I ain't gonna add nothing fancy to it. It's Cleveland Moore the Fourth. That's the Roman numeral. You won't be able to spell it with the Roman numeral, so put the IV. You'll be able to find me. You might catch Jordan's picture up. You might catch Cleveland, but you're gonna catch a good time. You can follow everything we're doing. We'll put posts up about every project that we in. So y'all look us up, man. Follow us, and I can't wait for y'all to see Whole Week, man. It'll be soon. Trust me.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, thank y'all again for coming. Let's give
Thank
a
you, y'all.
big hand clap. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all did good. They humble themselves too.
Well, hold on now. Y'all brag about that intuition y'all got.
We do have a very good intuition.
Right, so y'all should know something good when it's
Yeah.
being genuine,
You can
right?
feel when somebody not
Right.
genuine. You can feel
Right.
when somebody a mean person. You feel when somebody a very opinionated person.
And on this segment of I Like Your Vibe Dating Talk Show, we're going to be discussing relationship and dating topics and let our guests give their opinions because I know they got a lot to say. So, hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hey. Okay, well, let's get it started. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, and that's just because me and Justin, you know, I know him, we're Facebook friends or whatever, and, you know, he has a lot to say. He's very opinionated about the Lori Harvey and Sierra Future and Russell Wilson situation. He's always commenting and you know, he's never apologetic in his comments about his opinions about them.
Right.
So you want to talk about that?
Right,
Because everybody talks about Sierra's prayer.
Right, everybody talks about it. I'm gonna say this: people are very, very fake about the whole situation. If you ask me, there are certain things that have gone on within the goals of that relationship that people talk about. That honestly, if they were in in those people's positions, the things that they say that they would do, they wouldn't really do, and you can just judge from how they live in regular life. Okay?
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two, like I told you before, Sierra's relationship with Russell Wilson and her relationship also to Future is a meme for what goes on in real life. Now, we can sit up here and pretend that there isn't a woman who is now another man's wife who still does certain, these two people do certain things to agitate him. Why? Because it gets people talking.
You think they be agitating him on purpose?
They do it on purpose because now we're talking, and what that ends up doing is putting them into the public conscious. Recognize we live in a capitalistic society. We live in a commercialized world. You are the money, okay, that is raising the cash cow. Your cash feeds the cash cow. That's what they have, cash cows, right? So now you're talking about Sierra, you're talking about Russell Wilson. Now all of a sudden I drop a product, I drop a song. Men who don't need no women. I mean, women who don't need no men.
Yes.
Yet she has two men wrapped around her finger. I'm just saying, okay, we can pretend, we can all act like, for clout, that, what she's doing is right. But Russell Wilson is such an admiral. No offense to any of the stepfathers out there. I was raised by a man who wasn't my father, right?
Okay.
But I will say this much. To pretend as though a man as intelligent as Russell Wilson is not intelligently poking at Future to the point that I got to get on the track and say, gotta have to feel for Russell. Women are fooling themselves.
They are. So what about her prayer? Everybody's saying,
Women
"Oh, we
are
gotta do
fooling themselves.
Sierra's
Women
prayer."
are fooling themselves. Because you're saying you want to do Sierra's prayer. I'm just being frank, but you're dating a dude who has kids with two other women, and your child you're going to be baby mama number 3. But you're Sierra's prayer. You're talking about all of these things.
When there's nothing wrong with making $55,000 a year when your man makes $38,000 a year. You can really deal with him, and to be honest, that's $93,000 a year collectively. But you're making money for you. He's making money, and he wants to have a family, and he wants to be with you. But that ain't what you want. You full of shit.
I'm so weak.
I'm just saying,
Anybody else got something to say on that?
Nigga, that's fine. You got money. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be treated, but you don't want to spend your money. You don't want a family. You don't want to raise a family. But you want Sierra's prayer. You don't want to be Sierra. You just want the things that Sierra has. You want the superficiality. You don't want the superficiality.
Okay.
The views expressed by him are not the views expressed by everyone on stage. I would just like everyone to know that, just in case someone else watches this and sees me on here. I can't really argue with too much of that, like, to be honest with you. Like, I tell people all the time, there's no flat thing that everybody should do. People are different, so you gotta look at the situation you're in and go by that. Like, people talk about 50-50 and stuff like that. Okay, if that worked for you and the person that you with, then do that. If one person being the financial breadwinner works for you, for you two, then do that. Stop listening to relationship gurus who have the time they be single themselves, or they be cheating on their spouse. I ain't gonna say no names, Derrick Jackson, but.
Yes, I was just thinking him in my head because he had the whole world fooled.
Right. Like, stop listening to other people who probably don't know the situation that you're in, or looking at other relationships with two people in it that are not in the situation you in. Like Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't in the situation you in. Like,
No. It's different situations.
You can't be looking at Jay-Z and Beyonce, Russell Wilson and Sierra, or Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, and you're exhibiting all of the keynotes of hybristophilia. Oh, you don't know what the fuck that means. Hybristophilia is having an attraction to somebody who's living a criminal life. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with
So
that.
that's a real.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. I did not know that.
I got it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hybristophilia.
Like, I'm not sitting up here chatting bullshit to y'all. Like, Google exists for a reason. If you want to learn how to build a cabinet, get on Google. If you want to learn how to build a house, get on Google. If you want to learn how to stop dating shit men, get on Google. It's all out there for you. Now, I'm dead serious. It sounds funny, It sounds funny, but it's all out there for you. But you have to be honest about what you want. If you want to live in the fast lane and hang out at Hellcats, you know what I'm saying, it's working red lights, which there's nothing wrong with. I support that behavior. Date men that date those men, but also way to pros the guns. The gun is you might get shot in your chest when he got beef. And that don't get me wrong. I'm saying that's okay. If that's how you want to live.
And his Hellcat might run out of gas.
It might.
Hold on.
You can't do donuts on the empty tank.
Not the Hellcat running
Hey, but I
out.
love Hellcats though, man. That's SRTs, man. Dope automobiles.
Okay. Okay, so another thing, you know, it's a big debate about who comes first, your mom or your wife.
Your mom.
Your mom.
Yes. I love my mommy.
So your mom is gonna become before your wife or
In
slash
certain
husband?
situations, I'm going to put
Okay.
my mama first because I'm pretty sure she always put her kids first. So you always give somebody what you want to be given.
Okay.
Don't nobody mama want to be out here forgot about not being taken care of.
Okay, so sometimes do you think the parents can overstep their boundaries when it comes to that? Like they feel like somebody's taking their child?
See, that depends on what type of relationship you got with your mama. If you're a mama's baby, of course you're going to feel like you losing time with her, you spend less time with her, or you can just spend time with both at the same time.
Okay.
Well,
Now all these meetings up here, that's what people want to know.
all right, so it's written somewhere in the world in a great book that when a man grows and he finds a wife or he takes a wife, that becomes his family.
Okay.
When that man takes on that responsibility, that's his priority. Now, I'm going to coincide with what the sister said here. It's like whatever kind of relationship, it depends on the relationship you got with your parents. Because at the end of the day, if you got that parent that's going to support you no matter what, you understand, you know mom's going to always be there. But mom's going to understand as well that that man or that woman has to be a man or a woman in their own household. And they have to trust and test their works as far as what they've raised up, the product of what they raised up. So when that man goes out and he's got a family that can grow, that seed will grow. It'll keep growing. It'll keep growing. It'll keep growing. But if you're just out here being a clown, you know, it's like you trying to choose sides. You'll never find your happiness because you're living for someone else and not yourself. And I'll say this before I close or pass the mic off. The Honorable Robert Nesta Marley said that a man's paradise lives in his own head. So going back to the topic of everybody wanting to be Jay-Z and Beyonce, you got to be realistic with each other. You may not be in the middle class, the upper middle class to the 1%ers, but the class that you're in, if you both working together, if you got that helpmate, you'll climb that together. And realistically, you can have all those things. It may not have to be the brand or the places or you taking all these pictures and these fake videos showing this fake happiness that everybody's trying to emulate. You have to create that in your own heart, your head, and produce that and elude that into your own household for the most part. But just be realistic with each other, be open. If one don't have the money and the other one does, you shouldn't watch that person go without. You understand? So it's all about taking care of each other, and whatever you enjoy the most collectively, that can be your paradise as you progress with your helpmate and climb these financial class brackets.
Okay.
So by the time I become an adult, I should know the type of relationship I got with my mom, right? So she shouldn't feel like she gotta come first or second. She should know when she overstepping her bounds and when to step back. Most of the time, if you marry, or when a man marry a woman, he just met that woman when he became an adult. You've been knowing your mama all your life. So why should your mama feel the need to be first or second? Why should she feel the need to be in a race with somebody else? So
Okay.
I say, just by default, the wife should come first.
Okay. And so I have one more question. Okay. 'Cause we really don't have a lot of men, you know, at one time on the stage. It's usually women or what. So
Oh, so we making history.
We here today.
yes, I think
We
we
in the
had
building
one
today.
other show. I think that was a side piece show where we had a lot of men on the stage.
Oh, so it was the
but
heathens. Oh, okay.
yes,
The harlots.
yes, that show was off the chain.
We outside
Okay,
today.
so you know, since now I got y'all here, what advice do you all have for women that's dating and trying to find a man from a male's perspective. Because, they always getting their homegirls and females telling them y'all got free will. What advice do you all have for ladies that's out there searching and looking?
Normally, these are certain things that I would say to men behind closed doors or women behind closed doors. But since being in this setting, I'm going to have to just, take the gloves off and not really give a fuck about y'all feelings.
Take them out.
If you're at this point, and the studies to prove this, if there's 10 men in any given place, women, I don't care if there's 10 women. Out of those 10 women, 9 out of 10 are only going to like 2 dudes. Women really don't be sexually attracted to most men like that. This is the most sexless generation of men, ages 15 to 49, that the country has ever seen. We're having less children than we've ever seen. So, but on the flip side of that, women are having more sex. So what is that telling you? You all are sharing the same men.
Yes.
Okay? And you're lying on Facebook about the fact that you don't want to do this. You're doing it because he's cool. He like I said, he drive a Hellcat or he got whatever. It's a lot of superficiality. And don't get me wrong, I understand because you live in a capitalistic society. You live in a capitalistic economy. And it's kind of driving you to see or be attracted to certain kinds of things. But when I said earlier, you have to be careful or you have to be honest about what inspires you, about what motivates you. We just had the question about who comes first, mother or spouse or girlfriend or what have you. The truth of the matter is this: when I'm getting with you, the whole fact of me getting with you is to create my own nation. So if I'm creating my own nation, my wife is my queen. Okay? Right. Now, the mother of the king, it never gets mentioned. We always hear about, I know about King Louis. I don't know about none of his concubines or nothing like that. I know about kings and I hear about their queens. I never hear about their mothers. I never hear about their fathers unless their father was the king himself. Okay? So you're creating your own nation. Women, if you're getting with the man and his plan is something that you can go along with, sexual attraction in you will fade. So don't let sexual attraction be the end all be all. Hey, look, financial attraction. Like I said before, if y'all both can make if y'all making right around the same amount of money, I understand, protect and provide, but you have to live in the now. It is not the 20th century anymore. Be realistic with yourself about what you want. If you want a family, make certain sacrifice, and that sacrifice just might have to be your fucking ego. Because men kill theirs every day, swallow their pride every day, simply to give other people their last name.
All right.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you follow that.
All right. So,
And the book of Justin.
all right. So
Good luck.
Good luck.
I'm gonna do it the diplomatic way. I'm gonna co-sign what he's saying, but I think I'm gonna deliver it kind of differently, right? So, for example, the brother has said, it's a pride thing. Like, check your ego. So I agree with that. And I don't just agree with it just from a man's standpoint. I agree with it from a woman's standpoint as well. You see, we get up every day and we go to these jobs and we clock in for other people to make a living for our families at the end of the day. Every day you go to work, you're going to deal with something, right? We're going to deal with the boss may have said something slick to you. You pissed off, but if you pop off, that's your money, right? So you got to humble yourself for somebody else every day. You understand? You got to humble yourself for somebody every day, whether it's the pastor in church, whether it's your boss on the job, whether it's that cop that pulled you over to accost you for no reason whatsoever. You're going to humble yourself so you can make it home. Okay, but don't let that be the end result because we all get tired. Your family still needs you. That wife or that husband still needs you. Your kids still depend on you to be mom and dad at the end of the day. So if you can humble yourself for those very same people that don't give a damn about you at the end of the day, as long as you clocked in for their job and made them some money, you should humble yourselves for each other in your same household. And that co-signs the whole checking the ego. So, but I say that's for men and women. I can't bring my bad day home to my wife and expect her to understand if I hadn't communicated that to her, and vice versa. And the kids don't understand what the hell we went through all day. They just want to see mom and dad's same energy be at the same level. So, again, to be realistic with each other, hey, we both had shitty days, right? This what I went through, this what I went through, and it can't be a competition of who had the shittiest day. It's got to be an understanding. Communication is one word, but if you break it down, you got calm and unity. And without that calm, you'll never reach that unity. So you have to be respectful. You have to be mindful. You have to humble yourselves for each other in order to keep growing and keep climbing that ladder, whether it's financial, whatever your focus is as far as the brothers say, leading your own nation, leaving your own legacy. So humbling yourselves, the ego is really, really big. Understanding, being a more so of a listener than a talker. You understand? You have to intake what that person's saying and understand, if you don't completely, how they feel, but at least be an imp to them when they need you to be.
So how should they know? So how should women know who they should humble themselves to? Since y'all are saying they should humble themselves, then who should they humble themselves to?
Well, hold on now. Y'all brag about that intuition y'all got.
We do have a very good intuition.
Right, so y'all should know something good when it's
Yeah.
being genuine,
You
right?
can feel when somebody not
Right.
genuine. You can feel
Right.
when somebody a mean person. You feel when somebody a very opinionated person. You can feel stuff.
I'm just saying, like, hey, look. Hey, I'm just saying, if you got certain expectations, and this person is not meeting these expectations, don't get me wrong. Hey, look, I'm not saying your expectations are realistic. I'm just simply saying they're your expectations. The sky's blue. Don't get mad at me for calling it that. You know what I'm saying? So if you expect for a person to be 4 P's, you're a pastor, you're a prophet, you're a politician and a parent, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have issues. You got too many expectations of this person. They're going to fail. And you're going to stop fucking with it. But I'm just saying, own that. If that's how you feel, own that. Just own your motivation and your inspiration. Own that.
Be real about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Chico Bean.
Pinto.
Now I got to follow you, huh? Okay. So I got a lot of homegirls. They come to me for advice when it comes to dating and men because they want a male perspective. So I get, women go to people for advice. Please stop going to people that don't know you. Like,
Oh, amen, bro.
What do you mean by people that don't know them?
so I'm on, like, during the pandemic when everybody was locked in the house, I got on an app called Clubhouse. Some of y'all may know about this app. It's a voice chat app, right?
Going down.
All of them relationship gurus and all that, they are making a killing on there. They have like hundreds of women in their rooms seeking validation, trying to get advice. And they don't know them from a can of paint. And I'm like, how can they tailor their advice to you? They just telling all of y'all, don't be with a man that make this much. What if you live in Alabama? Like you can, you know what I'm saying? You live in California. You got to make $2 million to get a tank of gas. Like,
I just left Minnesota. A pack of cigarillos are $5.28, and it's 99 cents per pack down here.
Right.
That's no cap. Ramsey County, Minnesota. Fucked up.
Smoke that shit out my palm.
get y'all shit together, Ramsey
Smoke it out
County.
my palm. That's free.
But like, talk to somebody, get advice from somebody that can tailor their advice to you because they know you. They're not just gonna tell you flat out the same thing across the board.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's part of the issue with the gender war. Too many people are looking at one person that's giving just flat advice to everybody. They got a platform, they got a YouTube channel, Derek Jackson, with millions of people following them, and they just giving the same advice to
And they're
everybody,
still
and it don't
following
apply.
him.
Right, and it don't necessarily apply to everybody. Like, talk with people that have either been in the same situation as you or are in the same situation as you, i.e., if you married, talk to somebody that's been married or is married now. Don't talk
But
to
some
me.
of them people tell you what they want you to hear. They don't tell you what you need to hear.
Yeah, I mean, you still gotta cipher through it, and you still have to take what you feel like applies to you. But it's better than talking to somebody that don't know you at all.
I think it's more so like, and I use social media for example, I think it's more so self-validation. Knowing somebody riding with you no matter what. They may not know you, like he said, from a can of paint, but they gonna put their heart up there, their thumb. They don't give a shit about what you're going through for real, but it's self-validation to make yourself feel solidified for whatever action you may have made or verbally what you may have said to somebody.
Telling you what you want to hear.
Right.
And it's like, you know, what's crazy to me? It's a lot of people out there, especially in the black male, I guess, manosphere sector, that try to get dudes to hate women, and then in the sisterhood, you got the same thing. But what's crazy to me is like, I've been up under 6 feet my whole life, and there's dudes that be on there be like, you know, and go someone to date anybody who's not 6'6", 6 foot, 6 pack, six digits. I'm like, where the fuck are you from? Because I've been dark skinned and short my whole life, and I mean, like, I've had problems in committed relationships. But if we just talk about like casual dating, like, yo, like, I mess with some beautiful women. I'm not a hoe. Listen, I'm just saying what I say.
Whole week.
Whole week. Y'all watch movies, y'all go too. But I'm just saying though, and then on the flip side, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got girls who are saying like, don't date niggas that make less than this, da 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 da. And the whole time, like every dude that she's ever dated that has been tricking off on her really was a crappy dude, and the whole reason she came to your channel, miss whoever out there telling women this, it's like I just want to get along with men. I don't want to hate men. So like, sorry, but I'm just saying like, y'all listen to the good information. There's a lot of BS information out there that are trying to get y'all to dislike one another. Man, just like who you like. And deal with people who like you, and stop being mean to people who don't. They just don't like
Talk
you.
to your granddaddy. Stop talking to the nigga down the street stop talking to the YouTube channel about relationships and stuff. Talk to your grandma or something.
But you know, we don't have like moms and old school moms and grandmas and granddads like we used to anymore. So just find somebody reasonable to talk to.
Somebody within your life. Like,
Who actually wants to see you have positive outcomes, is not trying to sell you an ebook, sell you a course, sell you a ticket to their show, and is not trying to tell you who to hate and who to love. I'm talking about you, Ace Metaphor. I'm talking about you, Derek Jackson. I'm talking about you, Kevin Samuels Offshoots. I'm talking about all y'all. What's the Crystal Carolyn, whatever her name is, Cheryl Seven, all y'all.
they gonna jump all us after the show. They gonna jump.
We need some bodyguards leaving up out of here.
They just trying to make money.
I'm the bodyguard.
Shots fired.
I'll be the bodyguard.
So one more question. Did you all like Kevin Samuels?
Love them.
Did you all like him?
I thought he was a realist. Like,
Okay.
22.
what's
Yeah, I
that?
don't know who that
Oh,
is.
you're gonna have to look him up.
Yeah.
He was
I'm young, so
he was loved and hated.
He once told
Yeah.
a woman who desired a man who was 6 feet tall, fit, made 6 digits, and had a six-pack. She wanted this man, but she herself was 5'4", 220 pounds, and he said that you can hit the A-hole like a motherfucker. The A gap is the first gap on this side of the center in football. So she could have ran up the middle as well. She's a power back, not a scat back who catches out of the back. She's big. Like, you know. And that's what he told. He said, Blue 42, hey, that's what you look like. He said that.
no.
On my mama, he said that. It was hilarious.
Go
I mean,
look
but
him up.
his whole position was, if you're going to talk about men who look like me, who look like regular men like that, well, then I'm going to treat you the same way they treat me.
Right.
So it's all
He was
That's why
a
you're supposed
realist.
to treat people how you want to be treated, because you don't want nobody to talk about you.
Right.
Okay, that's the last thing that need to be
Yeah.
said. Say it again.
You don't want nobody to talk about you, so treat people how you want to be treated.
Treat people how you
That's
want to
real.
be treated. Well, I'd like to thank the guests for coming today. Justin, Monique,
Yes.
Mr. Cleveland Moore the fourth,
Cleveland,
Jordan, whole week,
okay.
check us out.
and Larry.
Pinto bean.
Yeah.
Yes. And you all did an amazing job. And thank y'all for coming to I Like Your Vibe.
Thank you
y'all
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
So we all enjoyed you all.
All right, y'all.
Okay, thank y'all.
All right.
And here at I Like Your Vibe Dating Talk Show, we would like to thank our sponsors because without them, it would be no us. Our first sponsor, Perfect Harmony Spiritual Wellness, Angelique Mays. Our second sponsor, Brittany Cumby with Just Kicking Shoes. Our third sponsor, Fitzgerald Leon Salon on First. Brittany Godwin, and Arlise Biggs. We like to thank our sponsors. Thank you. And we'll see you all next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can catch us on Jason Ship, Facebook Live, Young Player, Entertainment, YouTube, and YPEnetwork.info. Thank you all. We had a great discussion today about how can we make dating easier, and we had a great group panel. Thank you all for joining. Thank y'all.
It's money. Yeah. It's money. Yeah. I'm patient. As long as you say you're loyal, I'll be patient. When you say you want me, I'll be patient. As long as you call me baby, I'll be patient. I'm patient with you. As long as you call me your lady, I'll be patient. If you wanna date me, I'll be patient. I said I'm patient. I'm patient with you. Tell me why you carried on like a fool. You treat me like a tool. I was not one of your dudes. Now I thought I knew you way, way better. I thought I taught you better. Had me wrapped up all in your life like a sweater. I can tell you why you made me feel this way. I thought I made it clear to you that I wanted to go.